Welcome on in, guys, as we are starting a new series today. We're going to be doing a franchise with the Cleveland Browns. Coach Mur Man's going to come into the team. We've got a big trade before the season starts, and then we're going to play week 1. So let's jump into that. First, I just wanted to take a second to introduce y'all to Coach Mur Man. So here we are, the 85 overall Cleveland Browns. Started the regular season week 1. Like I said, we are going to Carolina to play the Panthers. First thing I wanted to do though was take a second to look at the actual team and talk about some moves I'd like to make. So I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding Watson. Being this is at the beginning of the season, Coach Mur Man said whenever he came to the team that his one requirement when he got here is they were going to have to get rid of Deshaun Watson. Immediately we took a look at backup quarterbacks, not that great. Okay, we needed to get someone in who could take over that position. It's the trade that we ended up going with. I first wanted to address Kareem Hunt. So with us having Nick Chubb, and Hunt is a solid running back, Coach Mur Man sat down and he talked to Kareem and said, listen, you're going to get more opportunity at other places. It was a mutual agreement, no hard feelings there. And the only real place that was willing to pick up the baggage that Watson brought along with was able to give up somebody that we felt would be an adequate replacement was Seattle. So we're getting Geno. On top of Geno, just to make it more worth it for us, because safety was one of our weaker points on defense, we also grabbed Adams from him, who is 89 overall, pretty solid guy. We did have to add a draft pick. It's going to come back and bite us at the end of the year when we hit drafts, but we'll burn that bridge when we get there. Right now, sending Watson and Hunt. Watson, someone we didn't want. Hunt, someone that we didn't need. And in return, we're getting a solid safety and Geno, and we're going to see how it turns out. Went to free agency to grab a defensive tackle. We ended up going with 35-year-old. So I'm going to quick look at the offense and the defense here. Last thing I wanted to review before we jumped into our first game is that we are playing on all Madden, and we have changed the quarters to 8 minutes. Finally, the debut of Coach Mur Man leading the 85 overall Cleveland Browns. We're going to Carolina to take on the 79 overall Panthers. Just because it is the first play of the 2022 season, I wanted to show you all the opening kickoff.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all
and a
week,
touchback to start it. We got neck deep in action here pretty quick, as only 1 minute into the first quarter, the Panthers on 1st and 10 on their own 35 are going for a run play. Jackson with a monstrous hit causes Hubbard to fumble the ball and recovered his own fumble, and we get the ball. Defense coming out early making a statement. There's only a couple plays later here, 2nd and 9. We see we have Amari Cooper on the left side. And on Geno Smith's first pass play of the season, they do call it a touchdown. However, they do end up reviewing it and successfully challenging that. So on 1st and goal here, we're just going to hand it to Chubb and let him run it right up the middle. And there's our first touchdown of the year. Now with the 7-0 lead here, once again just a couple minutes later, Darnold's going to drop back for a pass and take a deep shot to Moore. And Newsome comes up with our first pick of the game. The defense just reiterating the statement that they made on the first drive. They did end up stopping us on 3rd down a couple of plays later. So off the interception, we're going to go for a 60-yard field goal attempt. We take a 10-0 lead. We end up getting the ball back, and on our next drive, the last play of the quarter, Nick Chubb really shows off his ability to get to the edge for a 21-yard game to end the quarter. Beginning of the 2nd quarter here, 1st and goal, Nick Chubb takes the ball, runs it up the middle, and hits an invisible wall at the end zone and isn't able to make it in. So you know what, hurry up offense, easy 1-yard run. Putting us up 17-0, but with 2 minutes left in the 2nd quarter, Hubbard does end up getting an easy 3-yard run, putting points on the board for them. Now they get one more chance before the half, but we get to come up with a huge sack here to force them to try and take a field goal, and they miss it wide right. First points in the 3rd quarter, and with 3 minutes left, we do end up getting a field goal, putting us at 20-7. Starting off a busy 4th quarter, they do have the ball on the 4-yard line as Hubbard drops back, scrambling, finds a guy, and he stumbles into the end zone, bringing it to a one-score game. With only a 6-point lead here, Gino's anxious to try and grow the score. He does go to drop back for a pass here. Carolina brings 7, and they get to him. They say he fumbled the ball. Coach Mur Man immediately says we need to review the footage. He thought his arm was going forward, and it looks like it was, but they wouldn't let him challenge it. Carolina going to have no issue, more than likely, as we did get him to third down, but with such good field position, they find him on a slant route, and they do take the lead by 1 point. Now, with a minute left in the game, we do get down in the red zone, and Chubb gets he had to fight for it, but he got in. Now, we're going to go for 2 here. We initially have a pass play set up and realize they only have 4 on the defensive line. We audible into a run play. Chubb has almost no issue at all running that one in for 2. And now this last drive of theirs, I really wanted to break down so y'all could see every play and really appreciate how nerve-wracking it was. So they start off dropping back, first down, really good coverage. He just throws it away. Second down, they go for a screen. He initially seemed to have some blockers there, but we ended up getting to him. 3rd and 5 here. They go for another pass, quick slant, easy, missed the tackle. All the way down to the 36. There are 45 seconds left. Go for another pass. Another completion. Another first down. They do use a timeout here with 30 seconds left. Going for it again. And they catch the ball, but he gets out of bounds. So, time stopped. They move forward 6 yards. 26 seconds left. Another completion, but they do have a flag. It's a holding, brings them back 10 yards. 2nd and 14 now with 22 seconds left. And he is scrambling, gets the pass off, but is not complete. So 14 seconds here. Do or die time for him. Immediately you can tell all the receivers running deep, going for the Hail Mary. He gets the ball off, it's in the end zone, and we come down with it. That was actually Newhouse's 2nd interception of the game. Geno Smith, rating 108, he was 9 for 13. 150 yards, no touchdowns. Nick Chubb only ran for 159 yards, but he had 32 attempts. And then receptions, we actually spread it out pretty good. Amari Cooper got the most, but of those 8 passes, they did get distributed amongst 4 receivers. Last thing I want to cover at the end of this episode here is the injuries. We actually got our center injured. He was our worst offensive lineman to start the game, and now he has a broken rib, so he'll be out for 4 weeks. And we were without Myles Garrett during that game. He only has 1 week left. He's our star right in, 99 overall. Looking forward to having him back. That's going to be all for episode 1 of the Browns franchise. Like and subscribe so that you can catch game 2 and 3 in the next episode.